All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 140-pound division where Devin the Dream Haney gets a message sent to him from Ryan Garcia. Very, very interesting conversation that Ryan Garcia had on Instagram around Devin Haney. And hopefully what he brings up will not be a problem to the fight, which is give me a fair offer or give me some, be fair. He said he's done everything for the fight that he needs to do, and it's in Devin Haney's court, but Devin Haney has to be fair. And we're going to talk about what that means in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division where we should be able to get a good fight this year that I would be looking forward to seeing, and that is between Devin the Dream Haney, who's the WBC 140-pound champion, and Ryan Garcia, who is one of the better known names in the sport of boxing and in that division, who used to be a mandatory for Devin Haney back when he was in the 100, when he was the WBC, I believe when he was the WBC interim titleist at 135 pounds. Ryan Garcia takes to Instagram and puts out his concern about the fight getting made and updates it. And we're going to talk about that in this video. But before I do, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. And let me tell you, Merry Christmas to one and all, or happy holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. All right, so Ryan Garcia tells Devin Haney that the ball is in your court, and he is there, is ready to fight. The only reason this fight is not going to happen is if it's Devin Haney that keeps the fight from happening. But at the same time, Ryan Garcia throws out a little tidbit of something that really could be a roadblock to that fight, and that is his insistence that Devin Haney be fair in the negotiations. And that is a mighty big term. What does fair mean? Obviously, I don't believe that any of the terms of the deal, like rehydration clauses or catch weights or any of those type of things are going to be an issue. More than likely, the issue that they're talking about is the money. And why would Ryan Garcia say that? Because Devin, since he became the undisputed champion, has been, from what I can see, pretty heavy-handed in the negotiations with fighters, with the exception of Regis Prograis. So take, for example, the Vasily Lomachenko fight, where Devin Haney said, I am now the undisputed champion, so Lomachenko, you have to make certain concessions in order to fight me. What those concessions were specifically, I do not know, but a major one was more than likely money. And then you have, and that was for Devin Haney's most commercially successful fight up to that date and since that date, from what we understand about the fight that took place with Regis Prograis. Then he moved forward with that into a negotiation with Shakur Stevenson, one where Shakur Stevenson treated the requests of Devin Haney as far as a monetary split and the payments for the money coming through for the fight for Shakur as a joke and something that he felt like Devin Haney wasn't serious about, and that he must have been trying to get out of the fight because he was attempting to offer something that Shakur Stevenson said Devin knew that Shakur would never take. So that's the second one. Now, the third situation, I think, where you have a fight with Devin Haney and Regis Prograis, seemed like that was a pretty fair deal. $1.5 million for Devin, $1.5 million for Regis Prograis. I think Devin Haney wound up making more on the back end, but considering what the back end appears to have been. They both probably got paid about the same money. Not too much, not too much different from one another. It seemed like a pretty fair situation, right? Now going into Gervonta, a fight with Ryan Garcia, how do you calculate what's fair? You have one guy who is the champion in Devin Haney, and he's a guy that also had a pay-per-view against Regis Prograis, where many of the reports, and promise you, Ryan Garcia is going to know what the actual numbers are for sure, because it was a DAZN pay-per-view that was put on by Eddie Hearn. There's no way that Eddie Hearn is not going to have to give the pay-per-view numbers up for Devin Haney's fight against Regis Prograis to Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy Promotions that fight on the same card. So that information is going to come out. I have a suspicion that $50,000 is about right, with the $1.7 million gate out of San Francisco Chase Center being already verified, right? Because that's public information. So, but then you have Ryan Garcia that proved that he was a major boost to a pay-per-view that took place with Gervonta Davis. So, in his gate on a co-headlining that card, did a $23 million gate in Vegas and did a 1.5 million. 1.2, between 1.2 and 1.5 million pay-per-view sales. So this to me seems like it's something where you're probably going to have to Devin's going to have to be open to a 50-50 split with Ryan Garcia. And I don't really think that there's been a scenario that's more clear where there is a situation where you have to do a 50-50 split with somebody. Now, for the people that said that Gervonta Davis gave Ryan Garcia 50-50, though, according to Leonard Ellerby, that's not the truth. And that's just something that people were saying after the fight took place. So I'm not sure what percentage that Gervonta and Ryan had, but Devin is probably not going to get the same split that Gervonta got, because Devin's not Gervonta. But I do like the fight very much, and I certainly hope that the fight gets made. Now, there's also very clearly a big roadblock to the fight, which is that Devin Haney has a mandatory, and that mandatory is Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin was the mandatory for that WBC belt before Devin fought for the belt against Regis Prograis. Now, if this was the IBF, I would be saying, okay, Devin's probably not going to be able to get out of that to fight Ryan Garcia, because the IBF is just very, they're very, very straight and narrow with it most of the time with those mandatories. But the WBC is extremely, extremely flexible. And I don't know how much, it may not take as much money to get Sandor Martin to step aside from that. The only thing that I would think would prevent Sandor Martin from doing that is that he may realize that, look, man, if I take a step aside again, Devin Haney may move up to 147 pounds, and I may not actually ever get a chance to really fight him for that title, which is an opportunity, to really get your name out there and become a big name. And I think that could happen. Sandor Martin is a tricky dude, man. Sandor Martin is a tricky fight. But anyway it goes, I certainly hope that we get to see the Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia fight. I'm not going to act like Devin's just fighting Gervonta Davis's leftovers, because really, every fight is different. But I will bring it up if people keep dumping on every other fighter for fighting guys that they don't think is a number one pound for pound dude. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.